people? Welcome back to another episode of Real Ball Talk. Hope everyone is blessed and having a good Friday. What are you saying, Jalil?
Yeah, good man. Blessed, happy, enthusiastic, ready to get onto it. I feel like we ain't done this for a while. Do you know what I mean? Big up Jeff in the building. Do you know what I'm saying? My guy. Was Rash joining us today? Do you know, John?
Yeah, Rush should be joining us, so I'm guessing he's probably on his way.
Full house. Okay, I like that.
Full house.
Yeah, man. Bless. Hope you boys are good as well, man.
All good, brother. All good. Can't complain. What are you saying, Jeff?
All good, man. Can't complain, man. The weekend is here, man. The weekend is here.
Facts.
Yeah. No, the weekend was needed this week. I can't lie, man.
Oh,
and the
bro.
weather's good, man. So we need to enjoy this weekend. Last weekend of summer, man.
Yeah.
Last weekend of summer.
So it's 32 degrees tomorrow, apparently.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all, man. I don't mind that at all.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
32 degrees, bro.
Nice.
32 degrees. But yeah, listen, people, as always, smash the likes, follow RBT, subscribe to RBT. And yeah, let's get into it. Obviously, this is more like a general footy chat today, international break this weekend. So are they the international games this weekend? Are they Euro qualifiers, Euro 2024 qualifiers? Or are they just friendlies?
I believe they're qualifiers.
Okay.
They are.
Okay, say no more. Yeah, because I saw France played yesterday or the day before and they won 2-0. But I just wanted to start off with talking about obviously some of the fallout from the Arsenal Man United game, from the 3-1 victory. Wanted to focus specifically on Declan Rice. Obviously, he was given man of the match for that game. He scored the winner, which obviously I think helped contribute towards that. So I was just having a conversation with like my brother and stuff, and we we're just kind of debating, okay, like if we're gonna start putting Rice in these debates for DMs, like where does he actually rank compared to the others that are out there? So just off the top of your head, Jalil, like who do you think that is definitely better than Rice in terms of that DM position that you would 100% take over him?
Not just in the Prem, outside as well, yeah.
Not just in the Prem, outside as well.
I think the one that obviously is clear as gold is obviously Rodri, right? Rodri for me is probably up there. There's an argument. I mean, obviously you can't say off that game, or we can't use recency bias into it. But Casemiro, he's definitely up there and all. Partey for me still up there. I mean, if you was gonna ask me who you would rather start in that DM spot, I'll go Partey. I've just got to think of the other two as well, but it will come to. Do you want me to just go for the last two? Just shout the last two, or
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, like if you have any more.
Top of my head. Yeah, I've got to think about it, man.
Some other names that might come to mind. Kimmich comes to mind.
Those.
I think that's one you have to have over him. I still think Tchouaméni is better than Declan Rice as well.
I agree.
Yeah. What else is there? Anyone else you might can think of?
Well, I guess your Camavinga is like half left back, half DM at the moment. I don't know exactly what he is anymore, but yes, he's another name. Would you class Tonali? Or would you say Tonali's a centre mid?
I think Tonali's probably a centre mid, you know.
Probably agree.
I think Tonali's a centre mid. That's what I would say.
Yeah, and then I guess Caicedo is
what about Bruno G?
I say he's a deep lion, Bruno G. I don't know if he's a DM necessarily. I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess you technically you could
Newcastle in here.
Yeah, but I don't think that's like his wheelhouse necessarily.
Do you guys remember when
No, it's not.
Do you remember is it Holdblur for Spurs was in that mix as well at some point? He was spoken about.
I still like him, man. I think Højbjerg's a good player. He's not Rice. Rice is better, but Højbjerg is a solid Premier League player. Like, probably doesn't get the respect he deserves, but yeah, Rice is better than him. If we really just for maybe the lack of DMs and some fall offs of some DMs and some DMs not being around anymore, Rice probably makes 5, 6. And that's not necessarily saying that, oh yeah, he's amazing right now, but there's been a fall off for some DMs. Like Kante has been injury ridden for the past 3 years, near enough. He can't no longer really be in the conversations. He's like a legacy act. Like he's one of those where it's like Kante's a legend, but in today's game, you can't really judge it because he's probably played 25, 30 games in the past 3 years. Like it hasn't been much. And then Fabinho before last year was definitely up there. Still is up there. But last year was so bad, and then he's just been sold. He's no longer visible. So you can't really judge him properly, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I hear that.
So yeah, like Rice kind of by default almost is like 5 or 6. I still think he's the second best DM in our team.
I agree. Behind Partey, right?
Yeah. But like what I'm starting to realize is Rice has qualities you just can't teach. Like just the leadership qualities he has is what's gonna help us elevate. Like even what he was doing in that game, like he's never gonna do anything groundbreaking there because he's just not that kind of player. But he just does the basics well. Like in that game, he broke up play really well. Like he was aggressive when he needed to be, just things like that, and just cut up play, and then just gets the ball and just gives it up. Like he's not trying anything too spectacular. Like Partey, we know what Partey can do. Partey can turn a defense with one pass. Rice ain't trying to do that. Like Rice is just keeping the ball ticking, which in the long run is probably better for us because we keep the ball and we keep control. Like with Partey there, Partey is just gonna try line breaking passes all day, which is good, it's sick. But for us, especially now this season, we look like we're trying to be a possession team. Like it's good that we have both. Let me just say that.
Yeah, I think it's good. Like there's good versatility between the two of them. Rice is definitely a lot safer in possession. He doesn't. I don't think he links the play. Well, he definitely doesn't link the play as well as Partey does. No. And I think you can see that in how Arsenal have played. Like even Sunday, really, it was only. I mean, obviously, the Havertz thing is Havertz, and what he's doing right now is crazy. But yeah, he's not. What Havertz is doing is insane. I actually feel sorry for him. It's got to that point. I genuinely feel sorry for him. You never want to see someone lose their confidence to the level he has. He just looks like he's lost out there, man. I can't lie.
Nah, the way he lost the ball was nuts for that goal. But
he just passed it straight to them, bro.
But it's just like it happens to people, man. Like those bad spells. Like, I think he'll get out of it. Like, I think he's a good enough player to get out of it. It's just, bruh, you don't want the damage to be done. And then we look to Vieira this early in your Arsenal career. Like you gotta maybe this break is a good thing because like it's 2 weeks where the pressure ain't on you. Like you get to just regroup, sit at home, kick the ball against the wall for 2 weeks, go for some runs, and get back to it, man. You'll be all right.
Yeah, I think though next game against Everton, I think Arteta should look at starting Vieira. Though I think it wouldn't be mad maybe for Havertz to come off the bench and that he's earned that. I think.
Earned it. Yeah, last few, if you as assists, like was been like 3 assists in like 50 minutes. Because he's been coming off the bench. Yeah. So he deserves his start. Yeah, maybe Havertz deserves to be dropped for a game. I still think Havertz has a lot of qualities I like. Like he does.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's just, bro, you just need to get acclimated to how we play, man. Maybe it'll take 10, 12 games because, bro, at the end of the day, we were all saying, oh, yeah, that Xhaka was good. It took 7 years for Xhaka to be good. Or 5.5 years. So
five and a half minimum.
Yeah, like because his last 18 months were pretty good. Like,
yeah.
No, more than pretty good. He was really good. But
yeah, his last season especially really good.
Yeah, and I'll shoot Havertz and Bell because I think we even mentioned it maybe the last time we were on. Havertz hasn't had a position in 3 years.
Yeah, he's just been getting moved around, fam.
Yeah, man. Like Chelsea, I see him play left centre mid, right centre mid, left wing, right, false nine, actual striker, and right wing. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's almost too much.
It's a lot. It's too much.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man.
As a player, you can't get any consistency when you're moved around like that. So let's see if we can snap out of it. But yeah, I think talking about Rice, yeah, I think definitely, obviously, Rodri over him, Kimmich over him. I'd have Tchouaméni over him, so that's 3. I think, obviously, legacy-wise, you definitely put Casemiro over him. But looking at the way Casemiro's playing now, you might have to put Rice above him, man. He looks like he might be cooked.
You know what it is as well? Like, Man United midfield, like when they signed Mount, I was thinking, Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro sounds like a mad thing. I'm not so sure, man. Like, there's no balance. Like, as well as Casemiro is aging, like Casemiro is what, 31?
31.
Like, he's got no support. Like when people are running through that midfield, they're running at him. He's getting drawn out with ease. Like the rough act ain't working. Like you're trying to clatter, man. They're just walking past you. Like
walking past him.
Yeah, like the Man United need to find some better protection. I don't know what they're gonna do with like Mount and Bruno or how they're gonna make it work, or if they're gonna play another midfielder maybe. But yeah, you need to protect Casemiro, man.
I think they need to play Amrabat, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot he was there. But apparently he's got a little knock.
Yeah, he got a knock. He got a knock, but yeah. So that's why at the moment I'll probably take Rice because Casemiro just looks like he might be a little bit slightly washed. Not being helped by who he's playing with, but he looks slightly out of sorts right now. So I think Rodri, Kimmich, Tchouaméni, those and Partey, of course. Partey is still better than Rice in the 6. Those 4 definitely ahead. So then at number 5, you could have Rice, you could have Casemiro, you could make a case for Camavinga, Caicedo, of course. I'm sure there's more man that there's about as well. Brozovic before he went to Saudi Arabia, he was a good DM, really good, slept on DM. I'm even trying to think of more names because I'm sure there's more. Basuma, if he keeps playing like this, can get himself back in this debate.
Yeah. Frankie de Jong, I guess, technically should be in there.
Now, you see, he's so different, though.
Yeah, he's a weird kind of DM.
I mean, technically, he's a DM by position where he plays. Him and Bruno G both play DM.
Yeah, they just do it differently. Very differently.
They do. If I had to pick, obviously, I'd take De Jong over Rice. So
yeah, me too.
So then Rice 6th or 7th, I don't think is bad.
It's not bad at all, man. And end of the day, like I'm like because the money will always be astronomical in it. The 105 mil is always gonna be nuts. But he's elevated the team a bit. He has. Like I think you won't see his value straight away, like in the first 5 games, but at the 35th game, if we're in a tough spot and we're 1-0 up, that's where you'll see what Rice adds to Arsenal. Because at times, those games last season, don't get me wrong, Partey is amazing, but even that flick he tried to do against a West Ham, Rice won't even try it because, no disrespect, I don't think he thinks he's going to be capable of doing it, which might help us.
Yeah, he plays more towards his strengths. He's more risk adverse than a Partey. which
that's the
which
right
could be,
term.
which will be good at times, and then there will be times where we'll be a bit frustrated. But yeah, Jalil, any issues with the names that we put above Rice? So we're saying Rodri, Kimmich, Tchouameni, De Jong, and Partey. Any issues with any of them five?
Nah, not really. But I'll say this. This might be a shout. I might get clipped for this. You know, I say a lot of reckless stuff in this thing. But with this one, yeah, I'm with Rice. I foresee him in the next 2 years being number one, and I foresee him being top 5 by the end of this season. I think he's gonna, I think man, listen. I seen a lot in the guy in that, and not just the United game and how he obviously won us the game and everything, and how he pocketed Casemiro and everyone in that midfield. Bruno tried to run past and clamps and that. I see a proper British meat fella. Do you know what I mean? In terms of football, the Sunday league, it's the kind of guy you want next to you, not against you, because you're gonna get clattered. He thinks smart. He plays smart. He plays with defense. People say he's playing a bit safe and stuff. I hear it, but he's getting the job done, and he can only get better. How old is he? How old is the kid? What is he? 24?
24?
Come on, man. Make it make sense, bro. He's got years on him. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying this, right? I'm saying next year people will be shouting top 5 if they're not shouting it already. I think people are shouting it already. But
I think people are shouting it already, which is wrong.
But I feel like
what are they shouting? Sorry,
top 5. But I think this time next year when they shout it, we're not gonna go. What about? I think there's gonna be like, yeah, that's top 5, and then a couple years time, couple more Champions League time, done the business against the world's best, against Real Madrid and all that jazz. I foresee his name being up there. Do you know what I mean? So
you might maybe. Hey man, like I think he's always gonna be one of them, man. He's gonna divide opinion, innit?
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be one of them, man, where it's gonna be like you recognize what he does, or it's like, nah, that guy is basic. Like he ain't much better than Dyer.
You know
There's
what,
no in between.
Oh no! He's not Eric Dyer. He's not Eric Dyer.
Nah, but that's what it's gonna be like. You get me?
Yeah. I see what you mean. Yeah. I see what you mean. But you know what is with Rice that impresses me? Sorry, Jador. I was just gonna say quick. Defensively, what's so good about him defensively is that he's a clean tackler of the ball. He don't really commit fouls. He's very clean. And he's athletic, like the little said, he's a beast. Defensively, I have to admit, I slept on how good he is defensively. He actually is. He covers the space quick. He's clean, recovers well. On the other side, like you said, Jeff, he keeps it simple. He ain't gonna be like Rodri, who does all the passes through the lines, or he ain't gonna be a De Jong who's got the nice body feints and do all that kind of stuff. So aesthetically, he ain't gonna look as good as those man. So then I think it'll become a case of what do you value more. But I think
and
it's not impossible for him to be top 5 end of the season. Not impossible.
And I think he'll get better, right? Like even like there was little things in that game. Like there was one where I had like a chance to go back to Ramsdale. Instead of going back to Ramsdale, he like kind of turned out and just played it to someone. And it's just like things like that. It's like, all right, cool. It feels like as we get better, he'll get better. You know, it was one of them ones. So like maybe Jalil's right. Maybe by the end of the year, you may see him start to do a little bit more like defense turn-in passes, maybe stuff like that, as well as just being really good defensively. I hope you don't do too much because I don't want you to be like Jordan Henderson out here, but just keep it nice and simple, man.
You know what? It's interesting you brought up Henderson because Lamps was saying that he thinks Prime Henderson is still better than Rice. What are you man saying about that? I thought that was really interesting.
What we classing as Prime Henderson first?
2018, 2019.
Literally, that 1 year. Yeah.
Very good. That's a very good Henderson, though.
We can't.
He wasn't even playing DM though.
Nah, he was just an all-action runner.
Fabinho was playing DM, so it's difficult.
He was Jordan Farah.
Yeah. I he was all over the place.
He's just running long distance. But you can't really compare it because Henderson was fighting for Champions League and leagues. So the prime is going to be better because you were performing at the highest of levels. Like Rice has just come from West Ham. Like you can't even compare the two at that moment. Like when we're on a like if you say like Arsenal end up winning the league this season, Rice will probably have a large part to do with it. Then you can have the debate. At this moment, you can't really have it because it's like, all right, you won the Europa. What's that bum-ass cup? Europa Conference League.
Yeah,
Cup.
Europa Conference League. Yeah.
Yeah, you're at West Ham. All right, you moved to Arsenal for 105. There's a lot you need to do to even be compared to anyone, really, because otherwise it's just a pointless comparison, I'd say, at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I think with Rice as well, it's a case of playing for West Ham. Maybe it's a case, we've all been there, where maybe you play for a team and if you've got your back to the goal, to the other opposition's goal in midfield, they'll always tell you pass the ball back, keep it safe, which may be more of how West Ham played. Meanwhile, at Arsenal, bro, that's when you make the step up. You know them ones where you're used to passing it back. When you make that step up, you'll hear man screaming at you if you pass it back, saying, "Yo, turn out, bro! You can go forward. What are you doing?"
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Man, they will tell you, turn out. Don't be scared. Like turn out, and I think he's gonna get used to that Arsenal, realizing, oh yeah, I can turn out. Oh yeah, there is an option here. I can go forward, and it'll start becoming second nature to him. So, yeah, let's see where he is at the end of the year. I think Jalil's shout of him being top 5 end of the year is sensible. Top 1 in 2 years, I ain't saying all that.
Look, I see it like this. Yeah, I'm not trying to compare the geezers, but Busquets and that. He's not the one who nutmegs someone. He's not one that does that. But for me, watching Busquets going up through the thing, and in my opinion, he's probably one of the best DMs I've ever seen ever. He'll get the ball from defense. He'll get the ball from defense and then pop it to Iniesta or Xavi. He turns very quickly for someone who's that big as a unit. He does the business. He's very good at tackling. He's very, very similar. Well, I should say this. Rice is very similar to him when it comes to tackling. He's a clean tackler. Do you know what I'm saying? So, he's not the fancy guy who does the, 10 times a game, the 50-yard passes and that. Do you know what I mean? But he plays really good football. So, let's see how it goes, man. I see a lot of stuff for Rice coming up in the thing, and he's hungry. Well, the way he speaks about Arsenal, the way he speaks about football and everything along those lines, and I think he's always going to get hate. And you got to remember he's an Arsenal player, so everyone is going to hate him. And then people don't rate English players anyway as a whole, regardless of how good you are. So
I'm one of them.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So and you're honest about it, So that's the thing. Yeah. So always going to be this argument all the time, because he's not a Spanish player, he's not a Brazilian. You know what I mean? There's people that say, "Oh no, he can't do all of this though. He can't." Do you know what I mean? But you just got to give it time to see how it goes. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know what with Rice, he's very, very humble and he speaks super well. He speaks like a leader, which I like. He's hard not to like as a person or he's. So you know what? When people overrate him, it doesn't even bother me that much because I see why they do. He has good quality. I see why they do it. There's some other English players that there's no need to talk about now, but yeah, there's some other man that they can have one good game, 20 bad ones, and people will act like they're on good form based off one game. That's the only time when English players get on my nerves, and it's not them; it's everything around them. But still, big up Rice, man. Let me read some comments quick. Big up Mickey in the building. Hope you're blessed, my guy. Saying Kai needs to go in the bin. His movement is shocking. Hey,
Jesus Christ, Mickey, man.
Fair enough, man. On Sunday, Odegaard ran across the whole pitch to close down a player Kai should have been closing in the bin. Fair enough. Have you seen their club? I'm not surprised. I still think the Glazers will sell. I think they're just taking their time. Rice will get better. He was class against Man United. Offers more than CDM. Fair. And big up Vinny. Hope you're good, my bro. Saying, how can Indian football improve?
That's
a good question.
I I think you've just got. I mean, the easiest thing to say is just get that, that money. You know how they're doing it over there. In what is it, Sudanese league? What is it? What's the league called again? Where Ronaldo and everyone's gone. Saudi league. That's the easiest thing to say. Yes, get the money from Saudi, but India's a different whole area and everything. I think you just gotta start from scratch. Start signing players who's literally at the end of their career, who potentially want to find someone to end their career. You want to get attracted to the big names. Like, it's going to be hard. Obviously, when you've got the Saudi League and you've got the MLS and you've got a lot of different clubs, a lot of people gone back to their boyhood clubs like Di Maria, Ramos, Santi Cazorla, everyone, they've all gone back to their boyhood clubs, so it's going to be hard. But what you need to do is just grab some attraction. I think at one point, the Chinese League was doing that at some point, where they were getting a lot of players. I think that's the best way to do it if you want more attraction, is to get people at the end of their careers, start from there, build a community around football, start the grassroots from scratch, really, and just get some more supporters, man, and get some of these deals so we can watch football there, because in India they might have some sick ballers and we don't know that because it's not on TV for us. So that's the best thing I can say to that.
No, to be fair, I agree with that. I think a lot of it comes down to probably grassroots, to be honest. I think that you got to focus on getting quality coaches. Probably going to have to overpay them at the beginning to go abroad to coach there, but that's what you're going to have to do, and then build up that interest. It's the same thing with America. They've always prioritized NBA basketball and American football. Football's always been behind. So it's only when they start to they improved. So
yeah, a bit etchy. Like, you're a bit etchy. We were in the catch that last.
Am I back?
Yeah, you are now.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Now, I was just saying, you know how America never always prioritized basketball and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gone again? Might be gone again. But yeah, I was saying, I don't know how it is in India, but I don't feel like football's the maybe number 1 or number 2 sport.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of like a loaded question, man, because it's like, that's if it was a priority, then maybe there could be some tips someone could give, but it's just like you said, there's cricket, that's the main attraction over there, so we just don't know about the priority with football over there. Like, it's a money game. Like, Saudi got in because of the money game, China got in because of the money game, America got in because of the money game. So it's kind of like a loaded question, man. I don't know how to fully answer that, if I'm honest.
And that's fair. And to be honest, it's probably going to take, 20, 30 years to see any real progress?
Yeah, man. And yeah, you need a face as well at the end of the day. Like, there's never really been a main Indian footballer face. There's been players that have been here. There's been like Harpal Singh at Leeds, even though Hamza Chowdhury now.
Mm-hmm.
But there ain't many. Like, so, like, again, it's a real loaded question, man. Sorry if that wasn't the best help, but
yeah, no, but I think, to be honest, these are probably the same conversation they're having over there, and it's like, where do you start? So it's a tough one, but no, I appreciate the question, man. That's a good question, I can't lie. But yeah, let's move on to Sancho. I just wanted to talk about Sancho quickly. Obviously, it's been a bit of a mess this week. Ten Hag off. Huh?
Love and Hip Hop, Carrington edition.
Love and Hip Hop. Ten Hag after the game saying Sancho hasn't been training to the required standards, essentially. Sancho comes out and puts out a tweet saying, I'm tired of being the scapegoat. So yeah, like, what do you man think? Like, obviously, do you man think that Sancho has been scapegoated by Man United, specifically Ten Hag? Or do you think Ten Hag is right and Sancho just needs to get his head down? Like, whose side are you on, essentially? Ten Hag's or Sancho's?
You go first, man.
So I didn't know there's a Sancho did a tweet out.
Did you not know?
I'm hearing about it. So
he put out a tweet saying I'm tired of being the scapegoat.
So this was after the game, I assume, right?
Literally after the game.
Comments.
Okay. Is this a day after or just sometime this week? We don't know.
No, literally 30 minutes after the comments.
Yeah, so as soon as Ten Hag said it, he responded ASAP. His phone must have been like, he was watching the game. He was watching.
Yeah, he was watching that press conference.
So there's for me, there's two sides to every story. Do I think Sancho's training to his standard? No, I don't think he is, because if he was, then he'll be playing, right? And the second part, like if someone's not training to your standards, yes, I am. You're going to be used as a scapegoat, and I feel like even before Ten Hag used all those, said what he said. I heard what Ten Hag said. I didn't know Sancho didn't reply, but I heard what Ten Hag said. You know, I think a lot of Man United fans and other fans have been scapegoating Sancho anyway, regardless, bruv. Because when he plays, I mean, there's a few boys in the group chat, United fans, like, some of them rate him, some of them don't. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, oh, fuck it, I'll say it. Like, pick up my boy Sharp. Sharp don't rate Sancho at all.
Raw, I'm surprised. I thought that's Sharp's kind of player.
Yeah, he was. But when it comes to United, when you see him play for your own team, you've got to criticize. It's like me with Vieira. We see a lot of good stuff, and I'm like, no, it's not my guy. But now I'm like, he deserves a start. He's done too much for me to chat shit. He deserves a start. So I'll scapegoat. You could say I'll scapegoat Vieira when there was some game when he wasn't playing well. Sancho, I'll say that a lot of fans and a couple of the boys have been saying, a couple of the Arsenal boys have been watching Sancho and everything, and just like they don't really see the hype as to why he got signed. They understand why he got signed, but playing, you haven't. There's been maybe 4 or 5 games where you thought, fuck, he's actually good. But there's been 35 games where you think he should have done better. So at the moment, if there's a new training regime and he wants everyone to be up to standard, Sancho's not hitting it. It's his fault. But to use Sancho in a game when you lost 3-1, or you're pissed off with the ref, you wanted a pen and everything, I don't understand why you're using his name. If the commentator, if the pundits are like, oh, where's Sancho? Should he be playing? I reckon you could have dealt with him today, used him today, and you're going, he hasn't been training well. I mean, does everyone need to know? It's kind of like the Jose thing with Shaw. I've got to manage him on and off the pitch. That's kind of embarrassing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what else to say.
Nah, I hear you though.
Listen, you know what I would just say quickly before Jeff goes? I would just say Ten Hag was asked, like, why was Sancho not in the squad? And he could have just said, we have a big squad, everyone's going to get an opportunity. He could have said that and cut it, but I always say Dutch people are very honest. So maybe that's his way. He said, you know what? They are very honest. So maybe that's his way of handling it. I just think Sancho shouldn't. I still don't think Sancho should have tweeted that response. Even if he did feel like he should have been in the squad, he shouldn't have tweeted that. I don't think personally that does anyone any favors. In my opinion. But again, being called out publicly by your manager, like I always say, it's not. This is one of the few things in professional football that having not played professional, I can kind of relate to and understand why maybe Sancho's pissed. As I always say, that time that manager called me out for one of the semi-pro teams I called for, he threw me out under the bus in the local report, and I was like, "Raw, why is my man throwing me out?" And then he said nothing in the changing room. I never ever forgot that. So I hear it still. So I'm Team Jaden all the way, man. Big up my guy Jaden. Get him to Arsenal ASAP.
What? Hey, chill. To Arsenal.
Get him to Arsenal. We can do something. We can do with him.
So wait.
Good,
let me ask you this, yeah. So you want him at Arsenal? Don't you feel like there's numbers of players ahead of him because he's just going to be look? I'm not.
Yeah, no, he'd be a bench player at the beginning. Yeah, for sure.
Smith Rowe still needs to start. Vieira, there's a lot of people I'll put ahead of him, in my opinion, personally.
You put Smith Rowe over Sancho? No way.
Not like. Am I gonna get myself into trouble by saying
that's a clip?
Nah.
Here we go.
There's no way. There's no way you're saying that.
I'm trying to think. Am I gonna get myself into trouble for saying this? But
you might on TikTok. To be fair, you might get yourself in trouble on TikTok.
If you was to ask me who I'm going to start out of Elmer Smith-Rowe and Sancho, I'm starting Elmer Smith-Rowe.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Hey, opinions in it. So you wouldn't take Sancho on loan? I'd take him on loan.
I'll take him alone, yeah, but like, do you want me to be totally honest with y'all?
Yeah, go on.
I hate using this, bro. I hate bringing this up all the time. But Bundesliga, like, he was doing the business, right? He was doing the business, and like in the Prem, I'm trying to see where I could utilize him, what he's good at, and what he can do. Because don't get me wrong, there's been a few games, as I said, but very minor games. But then there was that Liverpool game. I was like, God, he was outstanding. And I'm seeing him in the game after that. It's like, done fuck all. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, where do I put him? What do I do with Sancho? What can I do with Sancho? Like, because the only reason I'm bringing him to the club is because he's probably got the best taste in music and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Might get the boys up and that. He's one of the lads. But other than that, I'm like, I like Sancho, man. I don't want to do him dirty, man. He's got to try to, yeah.
You said you called him a DJ. You just called him a DJ. And a hype man. Like, what?
You literally just called him DJ Jaden.
DJ Jaden.
So Sancho can play the vibes in the change room.
I just don't know.
Oh, man.
We are playing this proper link-up play at the moment where we look really good, like we're looking good. With Sancho on the left, let's say, for example, God forbid bad thing, you know, but Elmer Smith-Rowe got injured. Or what does he play? Play on the right or the left?
He can play both flanks, technically.
Smith-Rowe wants to play in the 8.
In the 8? Not the Smith-Rowe wants to play in the 8.
That's what he wants to play, like the center mid role, like left of the 8, left of the 3 in midfield.
You know who Smith-Rowe is giving me vibes of Loftus-Cheek, you know?
Now I can't say that because Loftus-Cheek played and was rubbish. Smith-Rowe hasn't played in a year. Like,
hey, Loftus-Cheek is doing it in AC Milan, though, Jeff. I know you're watching that.
I said he would. Like where there's a league, like the Italian league, it's a far cry from the early 2000s and late 90s. Like
I hear that
is breezing through people like they're not there. And then you were over here, and you'll be running into like Brownhill, all them kind of man. You'd have no chance. And now you go over there, and you're looking good. I can't respect it, man. But you do good, man. You'll probably do well in the Champions League over there. You'll look good, but no, it's too late. So I'm sorry, man.
What is it about Smith-Rowe that Sancho? I mean, you know, Sancho's not dead, and Smith-Rowe's not dead. You know, and I think a lot of United fans will probably have my head for this, especially my guy Jamie. Big up Jamie Lindenwood. I probably might bring it into the group chat in a bit, just to wind them up. But what is it about Smith-Rowe and Sancho that can't be a debate, or do you think it is a debate?
You know what it is, Philo, yeah? And I want to ask Jeff this. With Jadon Sancho, right? All right, let's talk about Felix quickly. You know how Felix, when he was at Benfica, he was one of the highest rated youngsters in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
We still see that talent in him, where we still believe he could, depending on the circumstances being right, still reach that mad high level.
I'll take him.
Right?
I'll take Felix now.
Yeah, you man still see that. Okay. Yeah. Don't you man agree that before he joined United, Sancho was second or third in terms of highest rated youngsters?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So do we still, like Felix, do we still see that talent in him? Or have we seen enough where we said, oof, that talent that we saw before was actually overrated, and maybe his ceiling is a level below? Because that's what we need to. Yeah, that's what the conversation that needs to be had with Sancho. Was he overrated in the first place as a talent?
No.
How old is Sancho again?
23, maybe.
He's still young, bro. He can come out. He can blossom in the next couple of years, but you don't want it to be like a Lingard thing. Nah, you know,
it can't be him.
Because he blew up with like obviously he didn't blow up as much as Sancho because we don't really name, but he was big for the footballer. Do you know what I mean? He's been killing it under 18s for United. He come into the squad, started getting goals, and then where's he now? You know what I'm saying? I don't want it to be for Sancho because I feel like that's the way he's going. Because in the next 5 years, they'll be like, oh, you remember that guy Sancho? Yeah, remember he was sick at Dortmund, but we were just like, oh, he flopped at United. I don't want it to be like that. Do you guys remember? You know what I'm saying?
That's the way it's heading. That's the way it's heading.
It's not for football reasons. Like I fall on the other side to what you said, like being on Sancho's side about it. I blame him, and I blame Ten Hag. I blame both.
You blame Sancho?
Yeah, because like this is your third time running into these kind of problems.
True.
So it's like entitlement at this point. Like it's one of them. These new players, man. I say all the time. These new players, they can't deal with adversity, man. The first time because you've been that guy your whole life. Sancho was talked about before he ever kicked a Premier League ball. He got bought for £10 million at Manchester City. Like you were that guy. Like he was under there. Then he was like, nah, I feel like I can play somewhere else. Pep was like, all right, go. Got 10 million. You went to Dortmund. You killed it. You smoked Dortmund. Smoked it. You did what you thought you could do. So you're still that guy. So you kind of been rewarded for it. Then you're meant to get bought from United a year before he got bought. It never happened. Like it was meant to be for like double the price. Then he
remember Madrid wanted him as well.
Yep. And then he threw like a little tantrum. And it took him half the season before he left. It took him half a season before he actually was playing well. Like half a season.
Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
And then you turn up, you're at Man United. All right, it was a slow start. Don't get me wrong, the team don't help. Like the team doesn't play to like his strengths. But after a while, you have to find a way to acclimate yourself in the team, man. It's the same thing I used to say with Pogba. It's like, all right, cool, the team ain't playing for you, but how long before you do something different? You can't just keep just complaining and doing whatever you're doing. You need to apply yourself at some point. So it's like, come on, man. Like this is third season at Man United. One season, you're like, okay, you get a pass. Like I'll probably give like 12 to 18 months pass. Like the first season, if you're not good, it happens. Sometimes it takes a little while. Second season is like, okay, it's still not great. Flashes here and there, but it's not great. Third season, now your manager is saying you're still not training to the standards you should be. It's like, even if Ten Hag is maybe using it as a way to maybe try and save his job or whatnot, I think it's a bit of both. It's like Ten Hag looks like he's under severe pressure, and Sancho doesn't look like he's applying himself. It's both. Because how have you fallen into this again? Like where you're back and forth with the manager, and then you say, I don't want to be used as a scapegoat. I understand. Like maybe you do feel like you're being used as a scapegoat, and you probably are to a degree. But you wouldn't be used as a scapegoat if you're at least working hard. Like you're not doing anything when you're on the pitch. Like every preseason they talk about, oh yeah, Sancho looks good in preseason. What's the disconnect between playing in a friendly and playing in a competitive match? Like why can't you play good in a competitive match? Like because ability, listen, we're not gonna act like Sancho isn't still one of the best still young players on ability. Because on ability, he's better than a bunch of players. But it's a mental thing. And it's not just him. It's a bunch of players that have that same problem. Martial has that problem, and he's not young no more. But there's a bunch of this man where they won't. Like Rashford 2 years ago or 18 months ago was in the same kind of slump. But it's just like he found a way to get over it. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I'm not playing well. I'll work hard. He at least had one of the two. Sancho is not doing, he's doing none out of the two. You're not working hard and you're not playing well. Like, because you're not working hard on the pitch. And then it comes out and your manager says you're not training well at training. How long do you get a blight? Like, I can't be on your side. Like, it doesn't make no sense. Because, like, it's your third opportunity. That you're going to run out of opportunities. And then we're gonna remember you like, I'll say this. So Pogba, let's just look at Pogba's like career of the last like 7 years. Yeah, you moved to Manchester United when you were meant to be on the cusp of greatness. You left that you left because you thought you would get more money. You ended up getting less money than what what Man United were offering, and now no one talks about you. You're just a crock, injured at Juve. Like if Sancho ain't careful, he'll end up like that. So you need to find a way to work hard and apply yourself before, because you literally got an example right there. Like Pogba's your example. Pogba should be goated. He ain't.
Yeah, I even think with the Pogba one, I actually think if Sancho had some of the performances that Pogba had, he probably would have been getting more of a blight because he ain't even playing as well as Pogba was. Or giving you some of those standout performances that Pogba gave you at times. And at least Pogba's got the World Cup to fall back on. So worst case scenario, Pogba can lend back on that and say, yeah, I got my World Cup, I got my 4 Serie A's, I'm cool. Sancho ain't got none of that to fall back on. He ain't got a damn thing.
Bro, in a way, bro, you've lost your place to Garnacho.
Yeah, you should be ashamed.
Like, if that ain't motivation to try and get your place back or to try and play well, I don't know what is. Like, Antony is going through all of these problems right now. How are you not fit and ready to step in? Like, how are you now beefing with your manager? Now you made this look like Love and Hip Hop Miami, man.
But bro, you know the maddest thing? It bare reminds me of when Saka took.
Oh, you froze there.
You got some news that's come out of nowhere. Did I freeze? Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, sorry. My phone keeps getting hot. Am I back?
Yes. Yeah, you're back.
Or... Okay, cool. Yeah. I was saying, it reminds me of when Saka overtook Pepe's slot, and it's like you got a youngster that overtook a seasoned vet, not seasoned vet, but you know what I mean. Pepe been in the game for years.
Mm-hmm.
It's giving me similar vibes at the moment.
Stinks, man, if we're honest.
And Mickey said, never forget what Mourinho said. Did Mourinho comment on Sancho or Pogba? It must have been Pogba.
But listen, I keep saying this. If it's about Pogba, Mourinho is right about everything he said. He was right about Shaw being fat. He was right about Pogba. You weren't wrong about nothing. It's just people were sick of the messenger by that point. Like, Mourinho ain't never wrong. Like, he's never really wrong.
You know what it was about Mourinho? He was right, but the problem is that he was using that to deflect from the fact he wasn't as good as he used to be.
But at the same time, he was still second as a result with that team. Like,
yeah, that second was very good. Yeah,
because now when you look at a few years on, the team is in a similar state and they're worse. So there's still some greatness in what he was doing. Like, but yeah, what he was saying, like, if he did say something about Sancho, I can't remember. He would be right.
He did.
But if it was about Pogba, it's 100. They said his greatest management achievement was second with Man Utd. Yeah.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, he's right. Because again, like, how has it got to a point where, like, even in the past, let's just say since the Arsenal game, this is what's happened. There's been a press conference. Ten Hag has addressed Sancho. Sancho responded with an Instagram post. Then you heard whatever Gerrard's team was trying to loan Sancho with an obligation to buy. They only wanted to loan because apparently they didn't have the money. And Man United only wanted to put an obligation to buy. So basically, we want you out. And then like yesterday, I see some ESPN thing which had sources, probably a crock of shit, but it says sources saying the players are sick of Sancho. This all happened in 5 days. Like, he's been
you know what it is? United players though are known for leaking stuff.
They are.
Yeah, it's just a shambles over there, man.
It's a shambles, and then you add on top of it the Antony stuff. And I just want to talk about the Antony thing very quickly because I've seen some people talk about it online, and I just find it funny, the inconsistency. Some of the people that were saying that were being open-minded about the Greenwood stuff, saying that, you know, not giving the benefit of the doubt, but innocent until proven guilty. You can't take full context from like the pictures and the voice note, etc. Right?
Yeah.
Some of those same people are now saying that Antony looks like a man who would do the things he's being accused of.
Jesus Christ.
Now, to me, the only difference and why they're analyzing the difference is because they rate one player and they don't rate the other.
The power of social media is only if you like the player where you tell the truth or you're favorable. If you don't like him, then how do you look like you do that? What?
I'm like, yo, just because Antony's aggressive on the pitch, like, do you know how many men are calm as hell off the pitch, and then they get on the pitch and you legit think it's a different person?
Yeah, it don't make no sense, man. Like, it's stupid. But yeah, he's because it said 2 more women came forward apparently, so this is gonna go on for a while. Like, whatever the situation,
he's in trouble still. He's in trouble.
What's going on with Antony then? I don't. This is another thing I missed. See, I don't know what's going on.
Wait, you ain't heard?
It's apparently assault on an ex-girlfriend, and then 2 more players came forward. 2 more girls came forward and said he's assaulted them physically, not sexual assault, but physical.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a whole thing again where he's going to be gone out this season, like Mendy did, like Mason,
Greenwood.
Greenwood did.
Probably not. I don't, because he's not the first player to be linked with like violence towards a woman.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, like sexual is way more delicate than this. He may still play, but like he might not play initially. Like it might be 2-3 weeks. They might weigh up the charges, whatnot. He might get arrested. He ain't been arrested yet. It's just been a report.
Yeah. So, like you said, Jeff, the domestic violence is it's not that it's not taken as seriously, but it's not as a severe crime in the eyes of the law, as opposed to like the sexual assault. So what I think they're going to do is they're going to analyze the charges, maybe give Antony 2-3 weeks out of the limelight, and depending on what comes out after that, because apparently one of the assaults took place in a hotel. Now, if that's the case, that hotel should have CCTV. So yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's a developing story, boy. We don't know where that one's gonna end up, man. But it could quieten down, like the Partey one kind of did, and then you could still be playing, or it could be like a real bad one, and basically Man United wasted 85 mil. We don't know.
We don't know, man. We don't know. Big up Vibhab in the building saying, howdy lads, big up Vibhab saying this same Sancho story happened during his Dortmund days. There were definitely some rumors of it too, issues with lateness and stuff. Now, let's be honest, this guy came to United for the money.
That's another thing, like the money, because it's so much, it's like 350k a week. It's like, bro,
you're
Sancho. So it's like, bro, even if
Sancho's United's highest earner.
Yeah, he's on big P's, bro. 350.
Not Rashford.
Yeah, he's United's highest earner, bro. He's like 350, 370. Yeah, Sancho's like 350, 370.
Yeah, bro. Like, bro, it don't matter who you are, bro. If you're 2021 getting that kind of money, it's gonna change your perception on stuff, man. So and you already thought you were that guy. Now you're getting close to 400k a week. Boy. Yeah. And listen, Vibhap, I can't read out your last comment, obviously, because of what you've put in it. But listen, I've seen some TikTok stuff that had United's front three as Giggs on the left, Antony right, Greenwood up top. So listen.
Wait, did he say Prison FC or something?
Yeah. You know.
Woo.
You know.
Giggs, Antony and Greenwood. Why did they do that, man?
Yeah, we know why. We know why they did it, but
social media is different.
Yeah, social media is different, man. It's just different. But let's finish up with Haaland. Obviously, he won the UEFA Player of the Year. Ballon d'Or nominees have come out to top 30. I think a couple Arsenal man in there. I think Saka and top 30. And yeah, but obviously the Ballon d'Or is going to come with Haaland, who won the treble, and Messi, who won the World Cup. So Jalil, who do you think deserves the Ballon d'Or?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I was thinking about Saka or Odegaard. No, I'm playing. Listen, it's a lot to do. Winning the treble, I think, is I always ask myself what's harder, winning the treble with your team or winning a World Cup. And we know how hard it is to win a World Cup. Not every team can do it. Not everyone's got the capacity to do it, you know. And me personally, if you want me to be totally honest, out of the two, who do I think it should be given to? It's Haaland. I think Haaland should take it. Yeah, the argument could be, you know, they won a treble in each of the final games of all those. He didn't score. He didn't score in the World Cup. He didn't score in the Champions League final. Fair enough. He didn't score in the FA Cup final. Fair enough. But you know, how did you get there with his goals? I mean, the Premier League. I think he's probably had the best ever beginning to a Premier League season we've seen for a long time. Debut season. You know what I mean? So. For me, big up Messi into the building, you know. Not that he's won it so many times. He does deserve to win it. But if Haaland didn't do what he did this year or last season, I'd be giving it to Messi. But Haaland has got to hold that, I'm afraid.
That's fair. That's fair. Jeff, what do you think?
I think Messi should get just for getting the World Cup. I'll say this. It's going to be hard for Haaland to ever win a Ballon d'Or. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Because
I agree.
Yeah, because...
You're saying that because of his style of play?
Sorry, you're a bit edgy. Did you say style of play?
Yeah, are you saying that because of Haaland's style of play?
That, and also who is in his class as like young players. So it's both. It's like Mbappe is the best player in the world, and Mbappe, like, this may be his best year because Mbappe, like, is probably he's gonna be at PSG. If Man City well this season, he may win a Ballon d'Or. I just think after that it's gonna be very, very difficult, man. Because, like, don't get me wrong, goals win games, facts, and he's probably the best number 9, facts. But he doesn't play the best. Like, if we're being honest, like, outside of the goals, his performance, it will get better, but it's not great at the moment. He just knows what to do. He's probably the most efficient striker in the most efficient team. You have 18 touches and score 3 goals. Like, stuff like that. Like, it happened all last season. Like, he probably averaged 20 touches and he finished with 36 goals, I think. Like, but if you're talking about who's around, like, in his weight class as young players, Mbappe always have the nod when he moves to Real Madrid next season. Vinicius Jr. will always have the nod because of where he is. Bellingham will have the nod because of where he is. Depending on where Arsenal are, a Saka or Martinelli could be in the running. And then before you know it, Haaland might be pushed down to like 4 or 5 every year. It's going to be hard for him to win it because just scoring goals, as well as you scored 50 goals last season and you were sick, you changed Man City. But at the end of the day, performances along with the stats matter.
Facts. And I don't know if I'm obviously my phone's a bit hot, that's why I'm coming in and out. But I think what you said there, Jeff, performances still matter. And also, how many trebles is he going to win in his life? Not many. So you look at that, and like you said, Mbappe. The thing is, like you said, Mbappe still stayed at PSG, but the way PSG are looking early on, they're having some fun over there in France right now, Mbappe. He looks like he's enjoying himself in that team. I can't wait for that Newcastle PSG game. That's just a side note. I can't wait for that game. That's going to be mad. But like you said, for me, Mbappe right now is the clear best player in the world.
There's no debate. Like, there's no one close.
There's zero debate. There's nobody close. And his time for Ballon d'Ors will come. But Mbappe will finish his career with 2 or 3 Ballon d'Ors easy. That time will come. And then, like you said, who you play for matters. Jude Bellingham, the things he's doing at the moment.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't even mention people like Pedri at Barca. That's another man that, you know, he will get his flowers. Obviously, like you said, there'll be others on the come on. Musiala at Bayern. He's still there. So these are players that will give you good stats, but will also give you that beauty that still people want to see in the game, then performances all around. And Haaland, like, when was the last time someone scored 52 goals, won a treble, and we're actually debating, do you deserve Ballon d'Or?
It's never happened. And it's
It's
because
never happened.
you're in the best, like that Man City team, don't get me wrong, he changed a lot. Like they went and won a Champions League by adding a striker. At the same time, you could also look at it from the other realm and say, Man City were winning anyway. Like he helped them to get over the line with the Champions League. They were already making finals and they were already winning the domestic league.
Yeah.
So, like, whilst that you're doing your thing, you're slotting. Like when the ball comes, you're putting it away. But you got one out of the two. These other people have got 2 out of the 2. Like when I say 1 out of the 2, I'm talking about goals and performances. The stats to match the performance.
Yeah,
I think that Haaland's the best number 9 in the world, yeah?
Was that?
Sorry, you cut out a bit.
You don't think Haaland's the best number 9 in the world?
John, you're
Best
breaking
number
up.
9 you said best number 9 in the world, I think you said, didn't it?
Yeah. Are you man asking if he is?
Nah, he is.
I might. Wait 1 sec. Over Kane.
Oh, shit, I even forgot about Kane. That's a debate.
Bayern Munich can do the trouble this season as well. Can they actually look on fire? I was watching a couple of them Bayern games, and Harry Kane just looks like he's been training them for about 2 years. You know what I mean?
Could he win Ballon d'Or? Hey, he could win Ballon d'Or next year.
That's what I'm thinking, because like them in the Champions League, they got a fucking sick team. Yeah.
I love their team. You know, I love their team.
Looks sick. Might be my team for FIFA 24. I'll tell you that for free. Well, EA 24, EA Sports 24. I don't know what
EA 24. EA
24. It might be my team for that. You know, I just pre-ordered that as well when I saw the Arsenal ratings and that. You get me? But you know, I don't know. Haaland. I think Haaland could be, in terms of stats, yes, the best number 9. But in terms of performances, I think if you want an all-round player, you're looking more at Kane, depending on what he does this year in Bayern Munich. You know, there's a few other players. There's going to be some youngsters who's out there going to hit numbers as well. You know, you got your what's his name? Victor from Napoli. Is it Napoli? Osimhen. You know, you got your Isaacs now. There's a lot of number 9s that are coming through the ranks, man, who's due to be doing the business. You know, and you know, you never know. You might see Eddie Nketiah get some good numbers this year. Big up him getting his England call up. You know, got to give him a shout. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, there's so many number 9s now. It's unbelievable, man. So Haaland for me, if I was to choose a number 9.
How did they catch it here in this convo?
Sorry, John. What is that?
How did they catch the gas out in this convo?
Listen, you got an England call up. I've got to give him a shout, man. I know you don't rate English guys, but I've got to give him a shout, bro. That's my guy still.
Man, like Eddie, you know.
And
yes,
we got to be honest. Speaking about Eddie, he's probably been our player of the month. Would you not say?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
I wouldn't say that. He's been good.
I wouldn't say player of the month.
Who would you give it to?
Saliba or Odegaard?
I'm not mad at that. I'm not like.
Yeah. Even Rice has been better than Ketchup, I think.
Yeah.
You think? Yeah, maybe not. Definitely Saliba and Odegaard.
Yeah. But I'll say this: Nketiah is a worthy number 2 striker.
Yeah, you know what? That's fair.
Yeah, like I'm still Jesus over Nketiah by a long shot, but Nketiah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Nketiah is, man. The past 18 months, he's got really good. Like he's so good. We sold Balogun 3 years ago. He would have been gone.
I said it about 2 years ago when we had this thing like Balogun and Eddie, and I said I'll keep Eddie, get Balogun gone.
You did say that, yeah.
And it wasn't just because, oh yeah, like I'm just gonna back him. I said it once, I'm just gonna back it all the way through. I you know, Eddie, the reason why he was there, I know it doesn't mean much to some people, but he's the all-time leading goal scorer for the under-21s, right? And I watched a lot of the games during the summer because when there's no football on, you watch a lot of their World Cup games and stuff or their Euro games and that. And he just looks good. And then I see him training, I see him playing for us, and his hold-up play, is like him and Jesus. You don't want to go if you're a defender. You don't want to go up against both of them. You know, either one of them because they're gonna put in a fight. They're not gonna let the ball go. I mean, look how many goals Eddie's got from running play against the defenders and stuff. And he even got a goal from a goalkeeper trying to kick it out, and he got in there quick. He's a quick guy. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I see a lot of stuff going good for them as well. I mean, you know, me, I still would have liked to sign a striker, but just as someone who's different, I feel like we've got the same thing there. But that's just me, man.
I don't know how Nketiah got this much love, but salute to him, man. You got love in a Haaland combo.
Hey,
a whole segment.
Hey, Jalil done well there still. But you know what? I would say that I'd still take Kane over Haaland.
Yeah. I'd even forgotten about Kane because I'm so used to seeing him at Spurs, I'm not seeing him no more. But yeah, Kane is the best all-round number 9, yeah. But Haaland, you could make a debate for Haaland. You could.
Of course. When you score as many as he does, you know when you said at the beginning, Jeff, that Rice will always split opinion?
Yeah.
Haaland, to some degree, will always split opinion too.
Yeah, that's a fact. Like, when you're talking about the elite, that's when you split opinion. Like, it's just going to happen. Because some people don't respect the basic thing that he does. He just does the basics. He just does them sick. But, yeah, I don't know, man.
Because some people are already saying he's the greatest goal scorer ever.
People got to chill out, man. Yeah, people got to chill out with that.
I mean,
like,
I'll take Haaland over Kane at the moment if that's what we're asking, but I don't think he's the best ever. So I guess I'm a bit different in that point of view.
I don't think he can be the greatest goal scorer ever. I can't lie. Like, I just don't.
No,
anyway, not yet.
I don't think. To me, it's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be very hard, like because you got a favorable team and probably the best team in Premier League history, who change like they have the ball for 80% of their games. They fashion out 18 chances a game. You can miss 4 chances a game. Like Haaland scored 37 and missed 24 big chances or something like that.
Yep. Exactly. And the thing is, what do you man think like Messi is a better goal scorer than Haaland?
It's not a comparison.
Yeah,
like, Messi wouldn't have the numbers. Like Ronaldo, CR7 wouldn't have those. There's no comparison. Henry.
I was even going to say, don't get me wrong. This is the thing. This is where it comes in. Haaland will finish with more goals than Henry, than Aguero, etc. Right? Suarez. But for me, is he a better goal scorer than all of them?
No.
I think they're all better finishers.
All of them, because there's more than like Haaland. Don't get me wrong. In the box, in that 12-yard area from penalty spot to the goal, he's good at that. These men could do finishes from the edge of the box, inside the box, headers, tap-ins. They can run past 5 man and then score. Like there's different ways of them scoring. Like as well as them hitting the numbers Haaland hit. Like let me just put it this way: Messi hit 92 goals in the calendar year. No, Haaland isn't a better goal scorer than Messi. It can't happen. How can you be better goal scorer than the best player ever to me?
You can't. You can't. Someone who scored 90 plus in a calendar year. And it's like because Haaland scores like a lot of tap-ins and he's always in the right place, people think that's the only facet of goal scoring that matters. But there's so many different ways you can score, which Messi proves. And I think that's where the issue comes in.
That's a fact. Like, now it's going to sound like we're shitting on Haaland. It's like, no, Haaland gets the respect he deserves, but don't go and put him with the heavyweights. He ain't there yet. I'm sorry. And
that's what I'm saying, man. Some people are already saying he's a better goal scorer than R9, Jeff.
Drunk. Like, whoever those people are, please block them and delete them. Do both. Because while you're a better finisher than R9, now we sound like the old guys because some of these young people ain't seen R9. But go back and do your research and watch because there's levels. It's different.
The levels are scarily different. Like they're scarily different. Maybe I want to hit in 10 years' time. If you want to debate this with me, is he a better goal scorer than R9? Let's have that debate then. I'll probably still say hell no, but we can have that debate then. But right now, we can't be having that debate.
Yeah, mystery of all that, man. Because
can't be having that debate, man.
Nah. I wouldn't even, just to put it straight, if you approach me and you say any stupidity like that, it's just to prepare for me to leave. So I ain't gonna stand there and I take that as disrespect. It's like you're telling me suck your mom. If you tell me Haaland is the best goal scorer ever.
Hey Jeff, what if someone comes to the industry and says, "Hey, you're Jeff from RBT, man. Hey, you're mad for saying R9 over Haaland. What are you doing?"
Say that again. You cut out of it.
I was saying, what if someone comes up to you in the street and goes, "Yo, you're Jeff from RBT, right?" And then it says you're mad for saying R9 over Haaland. What are you gonna do then?
I'll be like, yeah, man. I know you enjoy netball, but we don't watch the same sports, my guy. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not gonna waste my time with that person.
Hey, I hear it though. And let me just read out some last comments. Vibhab saying, "Kane over Haaland provides you assists as well and drops deep to control the play, almost like a Benzema, but his finishing is unreal." Yep. And Kozak, big old Kozak in the building saying, "Jeff is drunk. How are Man City the best team in the Premier League era?" Listen, bro,
they're up there.
That's a topic. They're up there for sure. Jeff is 1,000,000% right, and many would argue Man City might be at the top. So he's definitely not mad for saying that.
How many Premier Leagues? 7?
7.
And their first one was won in 2012.
Yeah.
That's 7 in 11 years.
Yep.
Maybe we'll do a show on that one day because I'll show you how not drunk I am.
Yeah. And you know what? Listen, we got 6 in the building. Everyone smash the likes, right? We'll definitely do a show on top 10 Premier League teams ever. But if you want a sneak preview into what we think, look at the top 10 sides of all time that we did recently, and that will let you know where we rank the respective teams. Now, obviously, when we do all-time rankings, we include what they've done Champions League as well. So it becomes more of an aggregate. But when we do just Prem, then it'll get interesting. But City definitely have a strong case.
Yeah, at least top 3.
Yeah,
top,
to be
top 4.
I think outside of top 3 will be hard, bro.
Yeah, off the top of my head, you could say single seasons, you could say Invincibles, you could say 98, 99 United team or 07, 08 United team, and you could maybe say Chelsea 04, 05.
Yeah, and maybe you could add in Liverpool 1920, maybe as a 5th. Maybe.
But even that's single season. If you combine it and aggregate it like we're saying, and you just say who is the best team in Premier League history, then it's a different conversation.
Yeah, exactly that. But and that's the thing, and that's where it's gonna get. That's where it becomes problematic, especially if you're an Arsenal fan.
Because unfortunately, we might not fall in there.
You know, Man United won 13 Premier Leagues. Chelsea won, at least did a back-to-back at one point. City have won 5 of the last 6. 5 of the last 6, isn't it?
It's been stupid. Yeah, it's been
stupid. 5 of the last 6. United in between 06 and 11 won 5 of 7 or something. So, like, Arsenal never even went back-to-back.
Yeah, we won what, 2?
2 out of 3, yeah.
We won 98, 97, 98, and then 01, 02, and then 03, 04.
Yeah.
3. 3. Unfortunately, we ain't in there, man.
Yeah, Kozak is looking at a single season.
Okay. I hear you. I hear
Even
what
then,
you.
they might still not be first.
What our invincible team?
They might still not be first.
Yeah, depends how you. Because in one way, it's it's a stat which has never been replicated. In another way, people have beaten that points total time and time again. So it
Yeah.
depends how you look at it.
It's hard. It's hard not to look not like to keep the win streak and not lose a game though. I think
Don't get me
See,
wrong. Not losing a game is insane. Not losing a game is insane.
That's
It's
sick.
crazy.
49 games unbeaten.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
Mad.
Crazy.
Man.
So,
But
but the points thing is kind of crazy as well, with City slipping crushed. I've never seen that before, and that's happened now.
Bro,
So there's a lot of
think
debates
about
around it, man.
think about it. We got 90 points here and won the league convincingly. Yeah, I'm sure Chelsea have got 95 points. City have got 98 points. Liverpool have finished the season second with 97 points, and then City have broken 100 points. So it's just how you look at it, man. Like if you're a complete Arsenal fan, like you want to celebrate our achievements, I completely hear you. I'm all for it. But the other flip side is like, bro, like don't get me wrong, it's a mad achievement. It probably won't be ever done again. But there's other ways to look at it.
Do you remember
And also, go on, Joe.
Oh, yeah, just to say, do you remember some games we were watching? I remember there was some United games we were watching. Like I always watch because I watch them on Sky, old season and stuff. And you watch them and you think, oh, that should have gone in. That was offside, and they still got it. 30 times the time was overrun. And then you look at the City one. When I was watching the City one, the 100 points plus, there was so many controversial stuff that should have stood. And the VAR come in, and the VAR came in. None of those goals would have stood. So they obviously football's changed now. It would have been 100 points if we're being real. If we're being real, it would have never been 100 points. But it's the game.
Happened,
it's
the
game. So it happened.
It happened.
So there's nothing you can do about it.
And also, just to add, just following up on your point, Julio, and Jeff's point about the points, Conte's team that won the Prem got 93 points.
Mm-hmm.
And we would all agree they are not in the same league as Arsenal's Invincibles.
Nope. And they played 3-6-1. It wasn't attractive. It was ugly. They had Victor Moses. It was bare madness going
Marcus Alonso. That Chelsea team was literally, let's get people back. Let's lump it up to Costa. And if we're not lumping it up to Costa, Hazard, please do something.
Mm-hmm.
That was that team. That team, it worked, fair enough. But you cannot tell me that team can compete with the Invincibles. You just can't. I don't care if they got more points. They can't compete.
Nah, not at all. But it's like we might have to do like 2 segments on it, like in the same episode. One single team, who's the best single team in Premier history, and one who is the best aggregated Premier League team of all time. Because it's 2 different answers.
It is. And you know what? Let's do the single Premier League team first.
Yeah, that's gonna cause a storm, boy.
And we're doing that next week.
Yeah, we're doing next Kozak. I'm gonna call you still. You're coming on the show, fam, because we're gonna do this debate, man.
We can't have bias, bro. We need to. The 3 of us and Rash were sensible. We can't have no bias.
He said, I leave there.
We can't have no bias, bro.
All Arsenal biases, leave them at the door, man. Like we gotta put our football hats on.
We always do, man. We always do.
We always do. You know, our lists are good in the end. Like, yeah. It's not often we make mad L's in our list.
Nah. Well, yeah, it depends who's looking at it. Some people
depends who's looking at it.
What are they on about? But hey, man, that's the beauty of football, isn't it?
Yeah, that's that time we went on 360 TV's Instagram page and we were getting slaughtered in the comments. That was because of Henry in it. We didn't have Henry in goal for in Hall of Fame for the strikers.
I think we ended up moving him there though.
We didn't. We kept him a legend still.
Because I tried. I also, even though it wasn't shown in the clip, I tried to back Rashford because I started off.
Yeah.
I had to watch the show back. I was like, did I really do disrespectful? But I was trying to back it, but I got outvoted. And then Rash come in the show and he's like, I can't believe what really done. And then that's how.
Now we were wrong. We were wrong. Like, or we should have been in the.
I wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
I wasn't wrong, man. You know the only thing I would do? I think, who did we have at Hall of Fame strikers? We had R9 and CR7. I think they were the only 2 that made it. to Hall of Fame
Can't remember.
strikers.
Can't
I
remember.
think it was just them two.
I think
Looking
so.
back, as a striker, I think CR7 has to come down to legend.
Oh,
As a striker, no, think about what I'm saying. As a striker,
but when did he officially move to striker? What year?
yeah, this is it depends. When do you think he started? Because to me, it was like 2016.
Yeah, probably about then, 2015, 2016.
When
He still
was
gets
the-
there. He still has to be there.
When was the Euros though? When they won it? What year was that?
2016.
Yeah,
Listen,
it's
man, he's
probably
got to be
a
there.
bit before.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you, man, quick then. Do you, man, think that striker version of CR7 was better than Thierry Henry?
Probably not.
Okay,
But
okay. I agree.
yeah, but the same that it's one of those like CR7 was just beating goals. By that point of his career, it wasn't about performances; it was about goals.
Nah, yeah, it was just about goals. It
That's what
was
he
just, and you know what? Another thing that we go, one more thing that we got wrong in that striker show.
What's that?
We had Suarez too low, and that's because Jalil made us put him down because of the racist thing.
Oh my god, that worked.
It worked.
Oh,
People in the comments were saying, "Hey, yeah, nah, fuck Suarez, he's a racist."
Yeah, remember?
I think it was a tie. Jeff, me and you had him like legend or Hall of Fame or something. And Jalil said, "Nah, he's a racist. Bring him down to like great." And then Rash said world class. And then the comments were like, "Hey, nah." The comments were bare mixed. In the comments, you had people like Ed saying Suarez is better than Henry, and then you had other people saying, "Nah, Bon Suarez, he's racist. Bring him down." So we just kept him in.
You know what? We can't do that. We can't. It wasn't meant to be based on if they're bad character or not. It's meant to be on football ability. So my bad boys. For me, he would have been world class. Maybe we should run that back.
yeah, that'd be interesting show still. I can't lie if we run it back.
Even
John Terry got disrespected on one of our shows because of
he was racist.
and his mum was stealing our M&S.
Tesco's.
I remember that one.
Yeah, because I kept saying.
I remember that.
I kept saying his mum.
It was you that kept saying it, isn't it? It was you that kept saying that.
Yeah, but I kept saying it as like a joke, but then at the end, it just affected where he ended up. Because John Terry is a sick defender, like or was.
Wait, did he not make top 10?
He should have.
I feel like he didn't.
He should have.
Jesus, I need to look at that list back because that's the one where we had Turkish on, innit? We had Turkish on that one, innit?
Yeah, I feel like we did.
Do we have Turkish on that? Was it?
Yeah, he did. Turkish
did
did top 10 centre backs and I think top 10 midfielders.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
top
he
10
did too.
midfielders,
Yeah, he did too. Yeah, maybe we had more howlers than we thought.
Because remember, we had
John's Foles.
Oh yeah.
No, we need to run that back, fam. We need to run that back turbo. Like, nah.
I agree, man.
I think we need to do every single show segment again during the next couple international breaks. We've got another one in October. So
maybe interesting just to see how it changes. Because like we could have had a certain list 2 years ago, and now 2 years later, our perspective.
I agree. I agree. I reckon we run them back still.
Yeah,
run them back.
Caption it part 2.
Caption it part 2. And let's get everyone tuning in.
You're breaking up.
That's gonna be. Oh man, my phone's getting mad hot, bro. I don't know what it is. Am I back?
Yeah. Let's wrap it so your phone don't blow up on us, bro.
Yeah, man. Don't want to see that.
It's calm. Because you know what? The mobile is bad, but I was on the Surface Pro first, and they're even worse with the heat.
Already?
They once you get the heat with them, they just stop working altogether. So it's not even my connection right now. It's the heat on the phone or the laptop. Don't make sense. Just slowing everything down.
Good old technology, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what they say anyway. But listen, people, we're gonna round it up today. It's been a very, very blessed show. A lot of good topics. As we mentioned, we're going to what's it called? We're going to be doing some debate shows next week, probably ranking the top 10 in single season Prem teams of all time. So we'll be looking to do that. Obviously, Rash wasn't able to make it today, but big up Rash. As we've said, he's got a show coming up in November where he's going to be performing. So keep an eye on our socials for that. And just before we round off for the weekend, just to give a shout out, Jalil, I don't know if you want to speak quickly about what you're going to be doing and the money you're going to be raising.
Yeah. So I'm going to be running in the London Landmark Half Marathon in 2024 on April the 7th. So it's an amazing organization, really. Like, I'm just trying to get the main things up. But the event owner and organizer, someone called Tommy, helps raise money to save babies' lives. So it's quite important to, I think, a lot of people. So it's going to be the Sunday, the 7th of April 2024. And it's to raise £500. Before then, I mean, I've raised £1,000 in a month for British Heart Foundation, so that's light work. No, I'm playing. Let me not say that too tough, but help if you guys can help me out in every way possible. I think as a team, there's 10 of us. As a team running, we're trying to raise £5,000, and it will be an amazing opportunity. So, I mean, I'm starting my training regime from the 1st of October. Going to be running a lot, might not play as much football. Listen, I look big now. I'm going to look skinny by that time, man, because I have to run a lot. So get off the weights, keep off the weights, eat a lot, and just see what I could do. But yeah, life's going to change for me. A lot of training ahead for myself. Haven't ran a marathon or half marathon or anything like that. I've never done anything like this in my life, so it's going to be a challenge for me. So if you can support me, guys, I will speak about it every time we do a show. If you can support me, it will mean the world to me, people. So I appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries, man, and thanks for sharing that. And big up yourself for doing that, pushing your boundaries of what you've done before. And yeah, if whenever you have the link, if you're gonna do like a GoFundMe or something, share it. We'll share it on our social media as well, just so everyone can chip in their little bit to help you reach your target.
End of this month, I'm gonna release the link for the GoFundMe for this run. I mean, I've got like 1,000 people on Instagram, so if everyone does 50p, I should hit my thing. But cost of living and shit. 50p is a lot to people now playing. But yeah, no, I'll be doing the GoFundMe page at the end when it gets announced by the charity, which is Fair to Peckham. I'm on board of director, trustee on that for that organization as well. So I'm running on behalf of them for this charity. So yeah, man, everything will come out soon, but I'm just gonna keep announcing it until it happens. And yeah, it's goal time, man. I've never done this before. I'm quite excited, nervous at the same time. But we've got to put ourselves through to get uncomfortable, to get comfortable in this life. So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, yeah, facts. There's a good lesson in that too, in terms of being comfortable to be uncomfortable, as the expression goes. But the most important thing, the money that you're going to help to raise for that great cause. So yeah, big you up, and yeah, keep an eye for it, people. And yeah, make sure, as always, smash a like on the video, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow us on TikTok especially. A lot more to come on there. And yeah, make sure you have wonderful weekends. We're out. Peace.
Peace.